Now on 4, Cutting Edge enters into the closed community of North East London's Orthodox Hasidic Jews.
It's 11 o'clock now, Saturday night. And one of the problems is at this time a lot of the men are coming away from synagogue. The pubs are closing, so the punters are coming up looking for the girls. This particular community is extremely isolated from the rest of the world. Very few of them read newspapers. Very strictly moralistic. A very close community. And I thought I knew about Jews until I saw Stamford Hill.
Take all your kids, all your luggage, and fill it up, take it home. Not marvellous on the body, but cheap. Cheap.
So why is it that so many people in Stamford Hill drive Volvos?
Good question. I suppose years ago, everybody drove bigger over 3 litres. It's just a big car, a strong car, family car. Traditional shape, reliable, that's about it. Most of them drive Volvo estates, which really there isn't much else you can get to compare.
We're actually in Stamford Hill now, although the Orthodox Hasidic Jewish community actually call the whole area Stamford Hill. It's only in fact one road. And we're coming up to the junctions of East Bank, West Bank, one time regarded as the centre of prostitution. And also, I think the largest yeshiva, Jewish school in the area. This one's called Yesodei Hatara, if I pronounce that right, but it's known colloquial by a lot of the locals as yesterday and tomorrow. We're actually in Dunsmuir Road now, and we're heading down to a couple of parades of shops that actually service the local community.
Getters International PLC UK Regional Sales Division, good afternoon. Oh, good, mate. I've always been frightened of cameras ever since I was a kid. I'm serious. When I was a kid, I suffered from Polaroids. I was a late developer. I'm serious. Just don't be so negative about that. It was quick as a flash anyway.
I don't know whether I come in this shop for food or for a cheerful repartee.
That man's back of his head's been filmed on every television crew. Look at his face.
Having a television is the spiritual equivalent of having a sewer through your living room. And whatever the trendy left-wing loony liberals with a small L say about this does not have an effect on children, this does not have an effect on adults, the Bible does not say that. The Bible says that what you see with your eyes and you listen to with your ears will affect your heart.
Well, it's, what I've told people, you're doing an equal opportunities, you're doing an equal opportunities video for Hackney Council.
Why'd you tell him that?
But I didn't think of it, 'cause when somebody asked me, I couldn't think fast enough.
Well, I don't know whether I come in this shop for food or for a cheerful repartee.
But I didn't think of it, because when somebody asked me, I couldn't think fast enough. 'Cause when somebody asked me, I couldn't think fast enough.
What would they think if you were doing television?
There's all this, there's what you call, in this community, you've got balances, checks and balances. I can afford it. And television can be corrupted. Now you're going to say, you've got a television, there's a lot of good things on television. I don't believe, if I would have a television at home, that I'd actually turn it off when I should turn it off, or just turn it on when I should turn it on. I'm human. Are you filming all of this?
A bit of it.
You know, like, it was all off the record, it was all off the record. I got my schmatter couple, I bought myself a new couple, I didn't put it on. Can we go all again to Mrs. London?
Start the day again?
Yeah, sorry. See you later, I've got my schmatter.
Is that your best one?
Pardon?
Your best filming?
This is the one which this is my sleeping couple, and which my wife, whenever I come home, she starts shouting at me, and she always says, and she puts it in my pocket, I shouldn't forget it, and I always do forget it. But before I go home, I put it on.
So how many do you have?
I've got one for sleeping, and one which I wear when I'm out. Okay, let's. This school was founded in 1942 by a group of Jews who came from who came just before the war, and to escape Nazi persecution. So they came here as displaced refugees. So the first thing that they actually tried to protect was their culture. And to protect their culture, there's one thing which is very central in Judaism, is education. Okay, let me start writing the names down. Oh, sorry. Okay, let me tear them off, okay? You have to think of some idea what we can do. Okay, you're senior. I've taken your name down, okay?
Me?
Yeah. You weren't standing here?
No, I just...
Okay, all right. So it's the other one.
How long that lasts?
We'll...
Why are the boys and girls educated separately?
Well, we have in the community has different moral values than those accepted in the wider community. And therefore, part of those moral values, it calls for the separation of girls and boys. It has nothing to do with the way the children are educated. In fact, it has long been recognised that the girls do get a much stronger academic education than the girls. It's a contradiction in terms. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's a contradiction in terms. I'm not good at this, so what do you want from me?
Hello? Mr. Wise, your Liberal Democratic Council candidate. Liberal politics.
No. I'm sorry, dear. We are Labour.
You're Labour?
I'm sorry about that. Give my love to Paddy Ashton.
I will.
Okay then.
Bye.
Bye.
Give my love to Paddy Ashton.
And I sent in my claim forms. There's no record of my claim forms. August, they found them, apologised, and promptly lost them again. And the bailiffs kept on calling all the time until February.
And we'll check your account and your wife's account. We'll see how much money is...
And Yossi's, don't forget, Yossi has to stay at home. My son has to stay at home and look after us.
Right.
And,
so you've got three
they've known
adults.
that ever since he's left school.
Yeah.
I hope you'll do something about our area a little bit better than it is. My car is rumbling, banging on all the holes in the roads. I hope you'll do something about that. Since the snow, it's got even worse. Really, something has to be done about it.
Has anybody been around at all to have a look at it?
No, nobody as far as I know. Our road here is fine, but the main Kiverdale that everybody uses is absolutely ridiculous. The suspension on our cars gets ruined day by day. Really is something terrible.
Lift it up, that's just put it on top.
Is it normal for Hasids to do this kind of job?
What?
Is it normal for a Hasidic man to do this kind of job?
Do anything as long as you earn an honest living. Doesn't matter what you do. Well, let go of it. You do any type of jobs.
What do the other people in your family do?
The other people? Rabbis. That is about it, really.
Is it many Hasids that you deal with?
Not really, no. All different types of people.
Shut.
You have to say a blessing before anything you eat. You eat anything at all, even a sweet or a grape or a piece of fruit, you have a blessing before you eat. For a blessing after you eat, thank you, there's a minimum quantity, which is the size of an olive, a Talmudic olive, which is bigger than a modern day olive. So this obviously fulfills the requirement of what's called benching in Yiddish, or saying a blessing after eating a meal containing bread.
Are you going to win?
Well, the campaign? If the Almighty and the people of Hackney want me to win, I shall win.
Yes.
I was very mainstream as a child, and as a teenager and younger man, went out completely assimilated into white Gentile English society, and came to the end of the road when I was 29, when I decided that Western civilization really wasn't getting anywhere. I was a marketing and public relations manager for Massey Ferguson. And I was very lucky because my mother sent me to Israel for a holiday. And while I was in Israel, I met a very well-known rabbi who literally saved my soul. And I've been an Orthodox Jew ever since.
Do men usually wash up in a Hasidic household?
Well, in this Hasidic household, as there's only a single man living here, he tends to wash up about 100% of the time. But in families, obviously, the woman is in charge of the house.
I've got two sinks. This is the meat. I've got another sink over here that's blue. I keep it for milk. It's a good idea as well to have colours for children because they do help. A 6-year-old helps. So she knows the colours and she knows where everything goes. So all this I keep it milky and all this I keep it meaty. And it's the same thing for dishes, pots and pans, of course.